Welcome to drum kit exploration. Okay. I play Ludwig drums. By the way, I'm Patrick from Weezer. We're like 12 shows into this tour, and it's going well. I've tried every setup known to man. I've had open, I've had closed, I've had regular, I've had this way. This is the way. And I credit Toss Panos of all drummers. I came across a video of him, and I loved the way he played, and I was like, I'm gonna set my drums up just like him. So that's what we did. I don't know exactly what you call these Ludwigs. I think they're just classics. Someone will correct me, but this is a 22-inch kick, 13-inch rack, 18-inch floor, 16-inch floor, which is essentially a table. Occasionally I'll give it a little something.
I'll do it like Doug De Niro. You know who that is?
This is a Ludwig 6.5 by 14-inch Black Beauty snare drum. And I'm going to tell you all of its quirks and features today. Later. These are all Ks, 19-inch sweet, 22-inch dark ride, medium, which I'm told is somewhat unusual. The Zildjian rep was very excited when he saw that. Paper thin crash, just acquired. It's butter. It's very buttery. And 15-inch light hi-hats. Butter. And this is always some kind of stackage. And today it's like a custom special dry with holes in it, and then a splash, and then a ching ring. Nowhere in the Weezer catalog is there that sound, but there is when we play concerts a lot, and people love it. The fan satisfaction is at an all-time high when I go like that. It's pretty sick. DW stands and pedals. It's a very simple kit, but it's got a lot of tone. These drums have a lot of tone. They're very round. When we played with the Smashing Pumpkins, I got to hang out with Jimmy Chamberlain a lot. I'm a huge fan. And that was the first thing he said. He was like, man, your drums are so round sounding. And I never thought of it that way, but like his drums, he plays Yamaha, I think, and they're super focused, and it works perfect with their like wall of sound. With us, this is just a big round, kind of like in the cut type of sound. All my favorite drummers are like that, like basically like loud jazzers, like, you know, like John Bonham and all that. They're just great tone people. I love it. That's what I try to do. I like coated ambassadors. I just like that they're very clear. They don't have a lot of like low end. These drums are already so kind of that they don't need more of a heavier head sound. So the coated ambassador just seems to work really great for these, but we have to muffle them a little bit or else the toms can take off. The other night we played and it hit the 18, and for whatever reason the resonance in the room, it just kept going. So I had to and even that was even with, there's contact mics on these drums that work as kind of like a gate. You hit it, it feels it, sends it to the gate, and closes down automatically. It's pretty organic sounding, but for a close mic sound in a loud place like that, it works really well for us. But they still need a little bit of dampening. I don't love a ton of dampening. I want the drums to sound, you know, alive. And you know, Craig does a great job out front of keeping things super natural, and I love it. And even a little bit here, like this cymbal, it just focuses it a little bit. This is a great cymbal. You can like, or it does both, which not a lot of rides do. I have a complex about the drums not having a crack. Like in my head, I just think, oh, the drums sound like when the levee breaks. That's what drums are supposed to sound like. So it's like, it doesn't sound like that, but it's in the ballpark. 22 is sweet. 22 is super focused, but it's like the perfect size. Gibraltar, stealth racks, so that it doesn't clutter up the look. It's pretty easy. One on this side for the snare, tom, and cymbal, and a bunch of microphones can come off that too. And on the other side, similar thing, 1, 2, 3. And then in front, you might wonder what are these for? If you'll notice, the microphone directly in front is River's mic, and it's amazing how much cymbals get into vocal mics. I was shocked when I started. We started tracking, and I would like open up a mix of the show the night before, and I'm like, holy shit, the cymbals are in everything. I had no idea, and these do a nice job of taking that out of it. We've been fortunate on this tour to play some pretty great sounding arenas too. I'm surprised. My first concert was Van Halen in 1984 in Buffalo and at the Memorial Auditorium, and I was confused. I was like, wow, it doesn't sound good at all. This is terrible. It sounded better when I closed my ears up. I was like, oh, I can hear it now. That's sweet. But
Times have changed.
they have changed. Yeah. My first kit was a I think early 70s Ludwig psychedelic red, but it was that second kind of psych red that you don't hardly see anymore. It was not as blown out as the first batch. And stupidly, as soon as I got to LA, I left it in the back of my friend's car, and of course it just got stolen. And I was like, oh, okay, no more of those. And eventually I wound up hooking up with Ludwig. They were very cool from the beginning. I've played them as far as back as I can remember, so I couldn't be happier. Good enough for Ringo, good enough for me.
Yeah. Styx.
The band Styx. Let's talk about Styx. No, just 5Bs.
Yeah.
Like a wrapped 5B. And I actually developed a callus on this tour, which is much to my chagrin. I couldn't be happier about this. This makes no sense to me, but it's a dream, really. In the 80s, you'd see like Stuart Copeland on the cover or Alex Van Halen, and it's like you just can't understand it. Like, how do they live? What's that like? Like, crazy. Like, I love music so much, love them. And it's such an honor, really, to be involved with this. It makes me laugh. I can't even look at it. Like, come on. I love a DW 9000. It's more than the 7,000. It's more than the 5,000 or the 3,000. You get all the thousands. They don't make any more than that. It's 9,000. And I use them all. A lot. There's no double kick drum on any Weezer song, on any recording, but there is when we play, because it's important. And I never got good at the like all the blast beat stuff. I can't do any of that. Why are there so many drummers on TikTok who are astounding? Just absolutely astounding. Who's this guy? The guy that's like, you know, like the stick goes back and forth. Like, who even figures that out? Like, how do you, what? I wish I could play like Jojo Meyer, but not enough to practice. So it's like a dichotomy. Love his playing. He's a great drummer. It's full circle. He's listening to break beats and then saying, I'll play like break beats. And he's fantastic. Growing up, listening to Rush, that was huge. Like, I wanted it to sound exactly like the record, and Rush was the only band at that time that really sounded exactly like their records, and it made me so happy to see him play. So hopefully Blue Album fans will have the same feeling.